Hi friends, how are you? I hope all of you are safe and healthy. Today I shall be speaking to one of my friends, Nishi from Fashion Accessories Company from India. India is a very strong player in the textile and apparel value chain. But when it comes to accessories, there's some kind of weakness we see. And I want to explore with Nishi, uh, where do we stand currently as India, as this country, in the accessory supply chain, and are we increasing our strength in this area or not? So let me first welcome Nishi. Hi Nishi.
Hi Sandeep ji, great to be here.
Same here. How are you?
Good, good, all good. Safe and healthy.
That's wonderful. So as I was saying, in India is still kind of importing a lot of accessories, and we don't really have really strong companies who are in accessories. Of course, we have some multinationals also working out here, and but your company is one of the most well-known companies. So where do you see India standing in this situation?
I would like to start by saying that it's not completely true that we don't have infrastructure. Obviously, we are not as big as a China, maybe, but this is something that's changing over the years. There are a few companies that have come in. Our company, as you know, obviously is the oldest one. We've been here for about 25 years. All of the manufacturing is done in India itself. And over time, we are seeing that there is a kind of infrastructure that is being built. A lot of it, obviously, we still need a lot of help from the government because I think as an industry, this has somewhere not developed, or not even, maybe it's not viewed as an industry in India. But we are hoping now that they are building apparel manufacturing in a big way currently. Maybe it is something that even the government would help us with in terms of just maybe labor mainly, and building an industry, which means that helping us get the raw materials easily, helping us source maybe some parts of our business, could be done a little better if we have an industry around the whole thing.
So even the raw materials are most of the raw materials are imported right now.
Yes, a lot of the raw materials have been imported. We used to import them ourselves also. However, it's a conscious decision that we've taken over the last 2 years to try and switch to as many Indian suppliers as possible. It took a bit of work, but I can say that most of our raw materials now we are making sure that we get an Indian supplier only to sort of give it to us.
And your company is how old is your company, and how long how you have developed this company to bring it to this current level?
Okay. Obviously, our parent company, which is RCBC, is as old as probably the denim industry.
Denim industry in India.
That was a great stepping stone. It's been around for years, and it's sort of grown with all the brands that you see in the country. I would say that everyone has grown together, so it's almost like family now for most of the companies in the country. What happened was, as the family was growing, it was a conscious decision to incorporate an entire, maybe the entire value chain. Like if you're getting denim, obviously you're getting every single denim that is possible, like every mill that is there in India, you're getting that at RCBC. So just with that, we thought, why not also get the trims? There was nobody in the trim space earlier. We started with importing the trims. Like my father, it's a family business, so my father started by importing the trims from Hong Kong. And I think slowly we realized that, obviously everything is in manufacturing. It is better if we manufacture it. So around 25 years ago, we started our first factory, which was our metal manufacturing factory. And after that, because we wanted to sort of give the entire gamut of trims, we also started a patch manufacturing factory, a label factory. So now we've got about 70,000 square feet of space. It's a little away from Mumbai, and there are two factories that manufacture all the trims, basically, except for zips. Everything that you can think of, you will get it at our place.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So and it has really, I mean, you're really grown well in this time, and I think you're delivering all the major brands in India.
Most definitely. But
And what about yeah, sorry.
no, I was just saying that obviously in India, like I was telling you even earlier, like every brand is almost like home for us. It's a natural progression for them to come to us. Our focus now mainly has been to sort of grow our international business and international reach over the last few years.
And how do you compete, let's say, with China in terms of similar kind of products?
So I would say in terms of quality, so even China, obviously, I'm sure everybody is aware, has two types of industries. One is your extremely cheap metal or extremely cheap labels that you get, and the other one is more Hong Kong-based companies that manufacture in China. So those are the better ones. So I would say we are maybe at par or slightly better than them in terms of quality. and in terms of price, we would be more reasonable than them. So yeah, that's what it is. So I would say we're probably in terms of quality more as a Turkey or Italy based factory.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like one of the most important thing what the trims manufacturers and accessory manufacturers basically are focusing now for their buyer demands is sustainable products.
Of course.
So what are you doing in this regard?
So sustainable actually over the last year, a year and a half, has been a very large part in terms of R&D for us. We've just launched our new collection of sustainable trims. It's called Kind to the Planet. And the entire idea behind that collection was to, sort of keep trims as raw as possible, as simple as possible, but to make sure they're not boring. What happens with sustainable is that it's almost like an idea in people's head that sustainable means that you're going to get something that's very plain, something that's a little boring or a little not great to look at in terms of a design perspective. So we've tried to actually overcome that. We've made sure that we are having a lot of new types of designs. A lot of our own new designs are also in a sustainable collection. At the same time, we've made sure that the entire collection helps reduce water usage by 50 to 70%. We've also done things which conserve energy. So maybe say printing is an extra process that happens on labels. We've tried to eliminate that completely. We've tried to work with a lot of fabrics or materials that look like leather, a lot of paper that looks like leather, that's actually 100% vegan. And it gives that look, feel, it gives that uneven sort of texture, everything, but at the same time it's 100% vegetarian and there are no animals being harmed.
That's
Yeah, so sorry, I was just going to say that our company is 100% vegan, so as a policy we don't use leather at all.
okay.
Yeah, so we've always stuck to vegan leather, which is your faux leather or PU. We work with all our raw material suppliers to ensure that all our PU also looks like leather. So generally why people come to us is because we are known, to ensure that your PU label doesn't look like PU. It looks like genuine leather.
Looks like genuine leather. That's most important. That's why it sells.
Of course, that is. And in terms of metal, what we have done is we've eliminated electroplating. That is a huge waste of water. So we've eliminated that. We've tried to do a lot of coloring processes, a lot of polishing processes to ensure that even in raw trims, we are giving you like differentiation. So we almost do like 30 finishes, even though none of them utilize electroplating at all.
Okay, that's wonderful. And but what about the recyclability aspect of the trims?
So for recycle also we have the same collection carries forth. What we've done is we've started using single metal, which in your shank button especially means that your top and your bottom and your nail, all three of them of the same metal. So when it comes off your garment, the entire thing goes for recycling. There is no electroplating that needs to be stripped. There is no metal that needs to be separated from each other. So as one piece, it goes straight into recycling. Another thing is we've eliminated in a lot of our shanks the bottom part completely. It's a single part button, single part rivet. So again, you're saving material, comes out in one go, straight for recycling.
Simple and really simple to recycle that.
It's a very simple, elegant collection, but at the same time, with a play of like colors and a play of raw materials, actually, we've ensured that it's lively also.
Of course, that's so important.
Of course, yeah. One more thing, all our Jacton, all our paper is recycled. It's made from recycled paper and it can be recycled further as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's say if jeans, somebody's got a jeans which has your label. So I mean, when they're recycling that, so they just have to take out the label and they just put in a recycling thing, and they don't have to make any further effort on that.
You don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. And apart from this, I would just like to ask you, what are the major if you want to share, what are your major customers you are working with, brands and all?
So yeah, sure. I mean, we can share obviously. In domestic, every single brand that you can think of. So there is your Killer Jeans, Mufti. I don't know, like all of your retail chains, your Reliance brands, or for example, Lifestyle, Westside, everything that you can think of. I think most of them will have at least some part of their trims, if not all their trims from us. Yeah.
And now the target is the international markets, which you are already there, and probably you want to grow out there.
Yeah, so we are already there to a certain extent. We work with a lot of exporters already. Now we're just trying to ensure that we maybe get noticed by the brands itself. So even for that, we're doing all the certifications. So during lockdown, actually, we've been doing our OKTech Standard 100 certification. That's in the works. We are also looking at maybe a sustainable certification down the line now that our collection is launched. So these are things also that we are completely working towards.
One of the important things which buyers today want is, first of all, on-demand productions, very quick productions, and secondly, smaller quantities. So this is probably two things which customers are looking for today.
Yes, they are. I would say we there are minimum quantities obviously that we work with. However, that is something that we are also relooking given the current situation. I think for trims specifically, more than smaller quantities, it's more about timeless trims. Not trend-based trims, but something that is simple that you can probably use through the year and on all kinds of garments. So that's maybe what we concentrate on more. Those are suggestions we make to brands that maybe if you're doing this fancy finish, don't go for this. Go for this. It's simpler. You'll be able to use it through the year, or on different kinds of garments, like on different colors of garments, basically. So I think that becomes more important for us.
And that's very important. And now with the COVID effect, of course, everybody is facing the heat from the COVID effect. So do you see this things improving a bit, like let's say in last few weeks or something?
So I would say that we've got a lot of inquiries. Maybe mid-July onward, there have been a lot of brands that have reached out internationally as well as nationally. There is more international interest in India, so there's definitely a lot more queries coming from other parts of the world. However, I think obviously we do need some more time. There is not nobody is planning for an AW21 anymore. Sorry, AW20. That's a season that we've lost. SS21 brands have started working towards. Again, it would be on a more timeless collection. People are looking to sort of reuse part of their inventory that is stuck right now, maybe for the future seasons. So there are inquiries. I wouldn't say they aren't. It's much better than June and July, but I think maybe India needs some more time, at least till about the end of August, to sort of get out of the situation and start working full-fledged.
I really hope so. We all are hoping so.
Yeah, we all are, obviously.
And really hope this, the apparel industry is probably the most affected, one of the most affected industries.
Yes.
And but I also believe that it will be also the one which will be rebounding back the fastest, probably.
I think now that we're seeing malls opening, now that we're seeing markets opening, the general hope is there in people now. People are gearing up towards Diwali in India or towards the festive season abroad. So definitely it's there, and hopefully it will rebound quicker. Everybody will need new clothes after this, I think. But maybe the categories will change. I don't know.
Let's wait and watch.
And
I really hope that we have more companies like yours in India. So to make this sector more stronger, and of course, you must definitely look a very strong future for you. Wish you a very strong future. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your views.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. It's always a pleasure to be there with you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. All the best.
Thanks. Bye.